Hey, I'm Mike Botur, and I am one of the horror authors delivering you a reading at Common Ground in Featherston on next Saturday night, March 30th. Now, it's an exciting time in New Zealand horror. We have had films like Megan doing really well. We have Deathgasm 2 being filmed as we speak. We have the Auckland Writers Festival supporting horror literary events. We have Verb Wellington supporting horror literary events. We have Remains to be Told anthology getting nominated for many awards. We have Lee Murray winning Bram Stoker awards. There's so much going on. So next Saturday night, you have the privilege of listening to horror author Denver Grennell and yours truly, Michael Botur, reading some horror to you. I'm going to give you a bit of a sample. So, live from up in Whangarei, I am going to give you a wee taste of The Devil Took Her, which was my first published horror collection, from which I'll be reading a story next Saturday night at Common Ground in Featherston. This photo may display backwards in a video. Sadly, we don't have a solution for that little tech hiccup. Never mind. The Devil Took Her. Okay, so once again, I'm Mike Botur. Now this story, I'll read you the premise of the story so that you can get excited for next Saturday night. The Devil Took Her goes like this. My wife Melanie is missing, so I hire a San Fernando Valley private investigator to find out what happened. The only way to truly know, he ultimately reports, is for me to read her personal journal. You see, Melanie was a journalist, or is a journalist if she's still alive, and it turns out that Melanie has disappeared while investigating the Golden State Dementor, a killer who seems to paralyze people with a wasp-like stinger. Melanie has written strange things in a journal about the killer collecting a choir of children and taking them to his dimension, not unlike the Pied Piper. Melanie's increasingly disturbing journal entries have to be the delusions of a woman losing her mind. Because if they're not, there is something terrible out there, snatching runaways from the soulless California night and taking them somewhere unspeakable. Here is the start of The Devil Took Her, the first 5 minutes for you. The Devil Took Her. Put your fucking money away, Patrick. You think after all the shit I've been through chasing Melanie for you that it's still about money? It's about completion, son. It's about finalizing. It's about putting a summary on something that's bigger than you or me or this whole so-called real world that we live in. What? No, I can't give you the short version, Paddy, my friend. You asked me to find out what happened to your wife in my capacity as a private investigator, okay? So the least you can do is just sit there and shut the fuck up while I report like a professional. Actually, fuck you. I can talk for 2 hours right now, and that would be the short version, considering the enormity of what I've discovered for you. Jesus Christ, I don't usually curse like this, but the aggravation is not insubstantial. It's been, what, 4 months since you booked my services? 5 months? And you shove a box of papers and diaries and Melanie's laptop computer in my hands in the rain outside a goddamn alleyway outside a 7-Eleven and scuttle off, and I'm supposed to pick up the pieces. For what, $2,000 when it's been at least 300 hours of effort, Patrick? I'm doing this pro bono for you. Oh, the bridge pinch, they call this. I'm pinching the bridge of my nose to signal to you that you're frustrating me right now. You're a typical client, never ready to actually handle the news you claim you wanted to hear. Pass me a drink of that water. Better now. Cheers, P. All right, I'm cool. Anyhow, let's not focus on the money. You can pay me after I tell you what I'm about to tell you, if your head hasn't exploded. Because you see this brick of paper here that I'm unveiling. Unwrapping. Because unveiling is what you do with a tombstone. This brick is Melanie's journal. Okay, it's your wife's diary. It's a personal. God, well, you can call it her personal confession if you want. Did she do anything wrong? Have a read and make your own mind up, although I'd say your mind's already made up, isn't it, Patrick? Is that fair? I think when you engaged me, it wasn't just about breaking the encryption on your wife's emails to see if you could find out if she's run away to Timbuktu. Frankly, I think you wanted me to find her journal more than find her. It took forever to find that stupid hunk of paper I had to trail all across Cali. It was a journal that she obviously wanted read after she was gone. You were scared because what Melanie went through takes everything you know about the surface level world and flushes it down the gurgler. So, ready to find out what happened to Mel? Here are her words. All you need to do is read. Cool, man. All right, so that was The Devil Took Her, appearing backwards on your screen. These words say The Devil Took Her, assuming that they're not in mirror image Candyman land. I can't wait to read to you next Saturday night in Featherston. Thank you for listening. I'll have books on sale. You can talk to me about horror. You can bring along your story ideas and you can get perspective on, how they're going to turn out once you make them. Talk to me about filmmaking. I'm getting into the film world at the moment. We have lots to discuss. I'll perform a few poetry samples too. I'll bust out Stephen King Sundays and Before the Shots Went Off. And we'll get a nice, dark, exciting mood going. Thanks, people. Can't wait to see you there.